sometimes, and he was headed this way this morning at 4 a.m., so sorry if it's windy and you can't hear, but red moon peak time is like 4:50. It's like 4:30 now, so I would expect probably not that early, not 5 o'clock, but if I'm going to see something that's real good, a good buck, it's probably going to be in that last hour and a half, so got a pretty good wind from where I expect them to come from. Wind's kind of hitting me on the side of my face, blowing back, and they should be coming either from this side over here or down this way and filtering out towards the field. I really don't know, but I'm using my best educated guess on what I know and what I see on trail cameras and just what it looks like on the map. So I just checked out Onyx. This is a spot right here, almost exactly where I've been looking at for weeks, and kind of waiting for the right time. Super windy today, so I could get in and set up quiet. So we'll see if I'm close enough. Do his bed to see him in daylight. I might not be close enough, but I'd rather be conservative this early in the season. And I mean, I'm probably like 0.3 of a mile off the field, so I pushed in a ways. So we'll see. I was literally like a 5-yard shot, like right below me. Maddie, wearing your bracelet that you made me for good luck. Thank you. That was wild. I mean, I barely got, the deer was just walking out of frame when I shot it. It happened so fast. But she was thinking like the buck, the 6-point that I've had on camera a ton lately. They were heading right to this apple tree. And he took a trail that was like 12 yards. And when she came in following him, I put the camera where he was going. And then she turned and came closer, so I fidgeted with the camera just last second. I didn't have any more time to move it before she was walking right under me. And so I hoped the camera was on her, and my GoPro was running too. And I shot, and when I watched it back, I think she was just stepping in the frame. You can see my knock going, but I mean, she's dead. Like 20 yards from me. She ran right under here. I can't even believe it. That was amazing. Came in and did a hang and hunt in a spot where I really thought, based on the map, it would be good. And, I mean, when I came in here, the trails were insane through here. Just an incredible experience. It never gets old. Doe, buck, whatever. I mean, and I'm so thankful it was quick. Like, it was fast. Ran out there, stood there, didn't know what happened, fell over. The buck didn't even know what happened. So, I mean, I could have shot the buck. He was literally in the wide open here for forever after. And, cool to watch a velvet buck like that. That would have been my first velvet buck, and I just, first double too, but I couldn't do it. So thankful. Thank you, God. I literally, I'm not joking, guys. I was sitting here just praying. And not praying, begging for texts or begging for a big buck to walk through, just literally praying and thanking God for the ability to be out here and just the cold weather, the leaves are changing. Like, I just love this time of year, just like I'm sure most of you guys do. And I'm just humbled right now. Looking at that deer on the ground, some meat for my family. I'm genuinely just humbled right now, so. I gotta let them know. Gotta let the girls know. Hello? What do you see down there? Right in the middle. Do you see that little glowing thing? Look, do you see that? What's that? Do they see it? Okay, so now look, so look where my feet are. Look where that lighted thing is.
I can see it here. Is that?
It's a doe.
It's a doe?
Yep. Yeah, I smoked one. I could have doubled. I could have doubled. Mm-hmm. 6 yards, and she is. I'm hitting some branches. She's like 16 yards. Thanks, Vortex. I still can't believe that. That's nuts. Earliest I've ever killed a deer, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Some awesome meat in the freezer for the family. Just unreal. Super thankful. God is so good, guys. God is so good. I know it was like 6 yards, but that Magnus broadhead zipped through her. Nuts. I mean, just smoked her. Oh, I'm so glad I switched to those. I'm not sure exactly where I hit her. She was walking, and I didn't stop her because she was so close. And it looked like it hit her just like almost above, like top of the front shoulder, because that's pretty much where I was aiming. So I think just above the shoulder, kind of down through. So I'm curious to take a peek and see exactly what the situation was. That broadhead did a good job. If you're thinking about switching from Rage or any other expandable, I would recommend it. I mean, that's a big argument there, but proof is in the pudding. 207 Tree Service is here to drag my deer for me. I just told my GoPro that 207 Tree Service is going to drag my deer out for me. We'll go get the tractor. Barrett came to help me, as you already saw. That's who 207 Tree Service is. So we're walking in right now to drag her out. Try to get it done quick because the tagging station's closed in like a couple hours, but we'll do a little bit of footage with her and so you guys can see it and everything. But thanks for coming, Barrett. I appreciate it. So tonight I was actually hunting Tex, that big buck that I've had on camera, and this morning he was on camera at like 4 a.m. coming this way, and I have a hunch that he might be bedding on the neighboring property, so I was going to set up in between the food plot and where I think he's bedding. So I came in and there's a couple other spots a little closer. I was actually showing Barrett on the way in that I almost set up, but I kept working my way in and I felt like this was the right spot. I had actually seen this on the map and wanted to get to here like a few weeks ago and wasn't sure if I was going to do it, and I was waiting for the right day, and it was super windy today. So I was like, I think it's a good day to sneak back in there because the wind covered like all my noise. And I got set up kind of late too. I wasn't set up till like 4:30, which I guess isn't super late, but I wanted to be set up at like 3:30. And so got settled, and I think it was about, it was almost 6 o'clock when I heard them coming. And the wind was kind of blowing in my face, and there's a bedding area that's like, from where they came from, that's probably like 200 or 300 yards away. And I was kind of curious to see if they were going to come from the neighboring property like I thought, or if they were going to come with the wind in their face. And they kind of came with the wind quartered in their face. And I had faced my platform for deer coming this way. And after like an hour of sitting here, I'm like, I wonder, because of the way the wind's coming, if they're going to come from that way. So I actually spun around onto my stick. So I was kind of facing that way, and they came that way. So the Velvet 6-pointer came in first. And these two have been on camera a ton together. And the 6-pointer came in, and he walked the trail like 12 yards. And I was like, I'm not shooting him. And it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, wait a minute, he's always with this doe. 2 nights ago, they were actually out. I couldn't hunt, I was working, and they were out in the food plot in daylight together. And so I look up, and she's coming down the same trail. So I left the camera where he walked, and she turned, and of course, they never do the same thing, turned and came closer to my tree, almost straight at me. And so I tried to bump the camera down really fast, but I had to draw back. So I moved the camera, clipped on my release, drew back really fast, and she was walking right at my tree. And I shot her kind of quartered towards me, straight down through. And I think I just barely got her butt end in frame as I shot. Like, I watched it back and I could kind of see the lighted knock. So when I'm editing this, I'll find out how it looks. But either way, I'm super thankful. I said this after the shot, but I literally have been sitting in the tree like 15 minutes before just praying. And usually it's like, please God, send a big buck by, please. I work so hard, I deserve this, blah, blah, which I don't deserve anything. And I actually, tonight was just like, it was kind of hitting me like, it's just good to be out. Like, I was just super thankful, and I wasn't even like praying, like, please God, send a deer by. I was just like, thank you God for letting me be out here and enjoy this. And pretty crazy that like 10 minutes later this happens. And I think it's just this year I want to really try to focus on my attitude, because hunting a big deer really wears on me sometimes and takes the fun out of it. And I don't want that to happen this year. So, I mean, I was so pumped after shooting this. She's not the biggest doe I've ever shot. She's not the biggest deer I've ever shot, and still just means a lot to me. So, thank you, Barrett, for coming and helping me. I really appreciate it. And now we get the fun part of dragging her out. And the girls are pumped, so hopefully I can show the girls before bedtime. I might get to stay up late and see her. We'll see. But some awesome meat for the freezer. What do you think? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get up on here right now?
I can get up. Here.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
I'm a bear.
Oh my word. No.
What do you think, man?
Dad, is that where
Heavy, huh? Yeah, that's where I got it. What do you think, Lila?
Bro, you better come see. It's a huge dough right now. This is awesome, Dad. I've never ever seen a dough like this before.
You haven't?
No.
Hey, look over here. Hey. Thanks.
I did not know you shooting one.
You didn't?
Did not know.
You didn't know until I told you?
Oh.
Heavy, huh?
Yeah. Big dough.
Yeah. It's huge. It's huge.
Is she there? A cool little white patch on the top of her head. Isn't that cool?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Isn't that cool, Dad?
Oh, that is. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I can even see
Ellie
the stars.
Mae. Can't even see your face.
Mom,
There
can
we
you see
go.
The stars?
Oh my goodness.
Grandma, don't come touch it. It's really
thanks. No, I'm good.
Is this the latest you guys have like stayed up in forever?
I had never, ever seen one like this. I found the Big Dipper. Wait, did I? I can tell. I can even see the stars. Mom, I can see the stars. I can see the stars too. Dad, I
No.
want to get down.
You want to get down? Can I help you? Come here.
Moving your feet.
Oh, I love you. I missed you.
Well, it's a good thing you followed your
No,
judgment.
I gotta take her to the butcher to get chopped up into steaks.
Oh yeah.
I love you. Oh, thanks for staying up.
See the
I could have
stars.
shot him at 5 yards. He literally, after I shot her, he just walked around. He walked right out into like the giant opening
Did
right
you know
below
you
my.
were there?
No, he was staring at her. Though. I have video of him and her in frame. You can see him walk up and stare, and I zoomed out, and you can see him just staring at her, and she's laying right in front of him. He's like, what's going on? Real quick thing that I thought was really cool. That doe that I shot yesterday evening was the same doe that I missed opening day. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, but I shot right over the back of one. I shot a little higher than I should have, and she ducked, so right over her back. And anyways, the only reason I can tell that is because she had a white patch right on the top of her head, which was pretty cool. I was noticing that after I shot her and took some video of it and thought it was pretty cool, and then went back and watched the footage from when I missed that deer, and you can see a little white patch on the top of her head, so that was pretty cool. Some redemption there.